Ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people without jobs, middle class, upper class, high class, all that.
For Dragging the Line podcast, I'm your host with the most, One More Sanchez, and today we have a very special episode.
As y'all know what it is, we're giving y'all 5 seconds to go get your drink so we can sound a whole lot better.
He was number
one.
Dragging the Line podcast. I'm your host with the most, One More Sanchez, and joining me live on Zoom is welterweight contender Keon, the chosen one, alongside with his father, Jason. How you doing today?
What's going on, my man? Papillion. I'm doing good, man. Blessed. How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you. Last February was your first fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that was towards the beginning of the pandemic. In your first fight, were you able to fight with the...
Yeah, I fought with a crowd, man. Feeling with everybody being around me, my hometown, my fans and all that. And it felt great to finally experience that. It was something I was waiting for most of my career as amateur.
And did you get butterflies when the bell rang? Talk to me about the first round.
I was more excited than anything, man. I couldn't really sit still. I was running around telling everybody what's up, man, talking to everybody. When it was time to fight, it was just, I just felt like I needed to be there. That's where I was supposed to be.
Seeing your son on the other side, what was your feeling?
Oh, man, it was unbelievable to watch your kid get in the ring and just do something that he loves to do. That's something that I had a chance of doing, to follow in my footsteps. I couldn't even explain it to you, man. I was like cloud nine. It's like I was getting ready to fight, man.
With a lot of father-son duos, when I think of that, I think of the Mayweathers, I think of Sugar Shane. How important is the family bond whenever you're in the ring from outside the ring? Because then you have dad and then you got coach. How do y'all handle that?
Well, it's not really him. Sometimes I get it mixed up. Sometimes I turn into dad in the gym. You don't want to see your son make mistakes. You don't want to see him get hit. Instead of me being a coach, hit with this punch, let's move out here this way. Let's do it this way. But sometimes I turn into dad, and you got to move your head, man. You're just sitting there, move your head instead of just trying to explain it to him. I fought for that a few times, but then sometimes I return into coach and do the best that I can for him to succeed in the places that I did, that I got him on the right track, keep him in the right direction. And I'm not the head trainer. The head trainer is Alfie Smith out of Florida. He's the guy that gets in the ring with him for fights, because I don't want to turn into dad in the middle of a fight. That's why I'm on the outside.
No, that's pretty good. For Keon, your next fight is the 25th of July. How are you preparing for that fight? What does your training camp kind of look like?
Training's been perfect right now. We're just winding down, sharpening everything up. But, we've been changing things up, keeping things new in the gym, new places and all that. I'm just trying to keep it fresh.
What was that one adjustment that you think was different?
Nothing really was different for me. I just like self, improvement on myself. So I was already committed as an amateur, training 2 and 3 times a day.
The welterweight division is stacked. Do y'all plan to have several fights before title shot, or are you just going to take it one fight at a time and go from there?
So we're moving him up slow, but we're doing it the right way. I'm not putting him in too light either. Right now, he's far more experienced than a lot of people know of. He's been around the boxing all his life, watching his dad since he was 5 years old. So it was always in his blood.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Keon. Your third fight, I was watching it when you fought. I saw the experience when he started just jumping in the air, just throwing the wild combinations, and he got winded. When you first hit him with that left hook, and then he dropped his hands, and then you just went with the right hook and knocked him down. Whenever you go back to the film and watch that, in your mind when you saw him put those gloves down, is it the same as live? And then when you watch it, did you know that was going to happen?
I ain't gonna say I knew it was gonna happen. I saw his reaction and I followed off though. I ain't gonna say I knew it was gonna happen, but it was just reactions.
Jason, do you go back and dissect it and figure out what worked and what needs to be improved?
Yes, sir. I do it, and I take it to the gym as much as I can. It's still a learning process. I know he's going to make a lot of mistakes. We just got to work on it in the gym and correct it come fight time. But we do dissect. I do dissect. I don't know if he does. I watch it, and I come back and I say, son, we got hit with this too much in the fight. I didn't like the way this happened. Let's correct that. Matter of fact, in the fight, in that last fight with Diaz, the fight before, and his mouthpiece come out, and he brought it back to the corner, and I picked it up and it set off him. But when I was putting it in his mouth, and I said, man, look, this is enough for this, man. Let's take care of business and get out of here. Stop playing around with this guy.
Last year, you had 3 fights. You went from February, and then you fought again in December. Is that a hard adjustment for you? What does your opponent look like?
I personally, I don't even care for film anymore because, like, amateurs, you was fighting somebody new every night. So, yeah, it's no need for me to watch film if I've been against the ranked fighters in the nation, just fought already. So, it's no watch film for me no more.
Now, the way boxing is going, you have Trilla that has the concerts. It's the new generation of boxing, and you get to live that experience. It's almost like you think about it, it's like a concert, Pro Bowl, all in one. How do you feel about that, Jason?
Trilla is doing good. They're helping out a lot of other fighters that's not in position to fight on TV, have these television fights without a promoter. So you just go with Trilla and you can fight on TV with the right people, make the right phone call. You know, it can happen.
I like it. I say because I like to entertain. That was a problem with me already. But I personally like to entertain, and the concerts and all that with Trilla probably add on for me. But my days where I just want to fight. Let's go.
After your July fight, is there any plans to fight a few more?
Yeah, I have a fight 4 weeks right after, back at home, August 21st.
So right after this fight, you got to go back in the gym.
No, I think it's enough time. He's always in shape. My son's in shape. Like he said, sometimes we gotta calm him down. We gotta stop him from doing, and that's one thing I don't have to worry about is him slacking off in training or not gonna be in shape. He's gonna always be ready. That's why we fight in July, not overlooking this Rashawn Cooper guy. But that's why I never really mentioned anything about August until after we get this fight out, But like I said, we're not overlooking him, but he's in our way. He's in our way to be the best, and they all have to go.
Now, the promoting side of it, since you had that experience, has it been the same when you were a professional? Or has it changed?
It's changed a lot. I have my guy that managed me, Arnie Rosenthal. He's our advisor. It's a process. We just trust. We gotta trust the process and work through it. I got all the confidence in the world in my son. I want to see the confidence in him.
Yeah, I actually enjoy talking to the dad and son combo because you could just tell how proud you are. You sitting in the back just being quiet. Keon, you have 5 fights. I'm pretty sure that road was not easy. You probably had it harder than a lot of people. I would have to say that.
He did. It's like with him being my son, even in the amateurs, he had a target on his back when he started fighting. Before he even had a fight, everybody wanted to beat him because he's Jason Papillion's son. That target is still on his back. But even through training, when we go sparring, everybody wants to get the best of him because he's Jason Papillion's son. And what they're doing, they fighting the name right now. They trying to beat the name and beating him. And they're never going to beat the name because the name is there. Is laid his foundation already. He's just adding on to it. The legacy is already completed. He's building his own legacy. Them trying to beat him is not gonna try to beat. They thinking we're gonna beat Papillon. You know what I'm saying? It can't happen. It's not gonna happen. So you might as well focus on him and instead of our last on the chosen one. That's what you gotta do.
Keon, whenever you spar a world champion or someone in the rankings, do you go full speed or is it like practice? I always ask this because I always wonder, one day you might have to actual fight, and do you have to adjust whenever you're fighting?
No, maybe at first. Like maybe the first year because I just wanted to see what can I do. But now it's just like, man, it's want to see what I could work on, what I could do. Like it's strictly practice when it comes to me. And that's probably why he gets mad because I'm strictly.
Yeah, that's right. And he is right. That's what I do. Like I said, as a father, you know what your son is capable of. Why are you letting that happen? That shouldn't be happening because I know talk. Oh man, I did this to Papillon's son, man. I did this to Keon, man. I want you to listen. Make them not want to spar with you. That's the same attitude you have to take into a fight. The same thing as in sparring. Make them not spar with him because he's Mr. Go friendly. He's too friendly in the ring. I was never like that. Once you turn that switch on, man, no, it's time to go. I'm not touching gloves, man. I'm not smiling. I'm not doing none of that because that can all be taken into a fight. You can get too comfortable with somebody and get in there. If you in the gym in that ring, once they get in that ring with you, their fault. Whatever happens is on them. They know who you are. They know what you're about. They know that they better come with them. So you got to climb through them ropes, man. At the best every time you get in the ring. That's the only thing that kind of back into the daddy mode. The daddy mode.
And for you, like, whenever you do the stare down or when you are round 1, round 2 with your opponents, can you tell that, oh, he's hurt? Is there a look in the eye fans can't see, but the boxer can? But you can?
Yeah, personally, to me, I see certain things. I really see a lot more certain things than other people.
Yeah, I can just tell because you let your hands do the talking. I can just tell. The quiet ones are the ones you got to be scared because you eat, breathe boxing. You grew up with this, so I do feel and I know that your dad, both of y'all, are just gonna take it to another level. And like you said, you need that heart. You need your dad's gonna be your pops. You can't say that to him. But real quick, but before I go, I was gonna put you on the spot. Quick questions, quick answers. Okay. All right. What does it mean for you to be a fighter?
It means the world to me, man. I can make my own legacy. My dad's legacy already there. I can just continue write my own story, and be somebody that actually makes it out of Louisiana with a name.
All right. How did you get the nickname?
I didn't want the nickname at first. Everybody was calling me that because I was just such a natural at what I was doing, and I get at to being like the way I practice, because I'm strictly on the practice thing. But everybody would call me that and be like, man, it would tell me, man, you the one. You're gonna be the different one that wins, like that does it different.
Now, before you step into the ring, do you have any rituals? Is there anything you?
Ain't really nothing I do. I say my own personal prayer. I look myself in the mirror and I pretty much talk to myself.
Something that I saw you did is in your fights before you start, I see you bang your gloves, and then when you bang it twice. So I didn't know if that's something you're like, it's on. I was just wondering if that's why you do it.
I know it, man. I probably have my own celebration.
No, you do. If you ever look, you hit them twice. It's like you're giving yourself props. If given the chance, is there someone that you would love to face?
Whoever they put in front of me, I don't even care. I just don't care.
Have you always been ultra competitive?
Oh, man, my competitive nature is what sets me off. Like, that's different, man. Like, from basketball, football, lifting weights, anything, man. Like, to eating hot wings, though, I am ultra competitive.
Now, the last thing is, for someone watching you right now that wants to be a professional, what is something that you could share with them that could give them a leg up before they turn pro?
Oh, this is not a game, and take your practice seriously, man. Learn as much as you can before you get in that ring.
When we start watching your fights and as you start going up in the rankings, as a fan, what do you want us to look at and say, this is the chosen one, he's it?
Man, I never really looked into that. In the amateur, they compared me to my dad and Roy Jones, because that's pretty much who I grew up. They say I fight like them, and I'm just a different one.
Jason, you're going to run into a situation, if not now, people are going to start wanting to fight your son and start talking trash. How are you going to handle that?
I really don't know until it happens, because I'm a type of guy, my son is my son, regardless of the fact if he's a fighter, a boxer, or whatever, that's my son. And you're not going to talk trash to my son, at least. And at a point, there's going to come a time where it's going to happen. And I just pray to God that I'm sane to be able to handle it in front of him. Because like I said, my son is my son, and I ride or die for him. I'm not talking bad about my son in front of you, not saying in front of my son. That happened in the amateur, man. And what? No, y'all talking about my son? Man, they was ready to throw me out. That ain't happening.
And it was an honor to have you guys here. I'm definitely going to follow your career. Hopefully we can circle back, or one day I could see you backstage or before the fight. I wish you guys a lot of success. And again, it makes me happy when I see a father-son combination and you got the tools. You probably hear this all the time when people say you got the tools, but you being shy, you being quiet, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. You let your fist do the talking, like you said.
I appreciate, man. I appreciate it. And hopefully the Lord says the same. We'll come back and see you and make this